Cough, cough. All right. Change the text. Far Cry. Because I got it working. Ubisoft and I don't know what else. Open world. Oh God, I'm hearing my voice. Oh, crap. I need some water. I got something tickling in the back of my throat. Please excuse me. A Gatorade electrolyte water, which I drink on my fast days, but I just got this hanging around, so might as well. Might as well. Yeah. Streaming. Chroma streaming. Zach. Sleepy. What the fuck is Psychonaut? Psychonauts. That's a video game. Man, this looks like something old. Yeah, that looks something old. Also, they're what's their face? Face Connect announced they're doing a whatchamacallit, maid cafe thing. So in half an hour, I'm probably gonna like stop for a moment to see if I can get in on one of those. I've never actually been to a maid cafe. Haven't been to Japan twice in my life. I have never gone to a maid cafe, but now I'm feeling the urge to do it because VTubers are involved now. Whatever. See how that goes. Oh yeah, we had elections back in Texas. Maybe that'd be a good thing to open up with today. Is my home state after all. The fuck? All right, let me just open up with this. Where the heck is this? Saw this was here. Liberal activist Jim Flex turns into political despair on X. Palmer, a self-described liberal and LGBTQ activist, shared his demoralization on May 26, lamenting Republican gerrymandering and Trump's dominance amid his second term. His post drew over 500,000 views in mockery from conservatives, highlighting the irony with his earlier flex. While polls show Democrats leading the midterm ballot, reactions include memes, calls to switch sides, and ties to recent court. What the heck does this have to do about a gym flex? Going to the gym to mog all right-wing, far-right incel freaks. I've been training hard for 2 years. I think it's paying off. Definitely got a lower body fat percentage than me, so, okay, Mr. Palmer. Wait, I thought you were mogging all right-wing, far-right incel freaks. What changed, bait? Wait, oh, he's quote tweeting. Okay. I feel so Alright, so this literally came out yesterday. I feel so demoralized as a liberal right now. The bad guys are winning and shoving it in our faces. Republicans keep gerrymandering, and we just don't do anything about it. If things don't change, Republicans will soon control forever. We'll have control forever. Isn't forever supposed to be one word there? Why do I have 3 viewers on YouTube? Who are you people? I don't usually get views. Darn, who is that? Who is this? Who is this in the background? At Grok, help me out here. No. Here, I'll give him a thumbs up on like on that. It's a parody account. This is supposed to be a parody account. Oh, you're doing leg press. Right, you're barely moving your legs. Show me how much you can barbell squat. I can do 225, and I could probably push a little bit more than that. But right now, I'm working on trying to cut fat. So I'm doing like sets 3x5s or 3x3 to 5s, depending on how I'm feeling that day. And you're not even putting put your feet on, put your heels on it. You're not. I swear to God, you're not doing proper form here. All right, leg presses are easy. Doing a full barbell squat is hard because you have to do a ton of other stuff. On top of that, you have to control your balance all the way throughout. There's tons of different muscles that you have to do other than just your quads. That's why I think it's like this, compound lifts are like the superior art form because it tests like your overall strength all over your body. Yeah, certainly your quads are doing the most work, but you have to have everything else in sync in order for it to work. So it's infinitely more impressive than doing a shitty leg press like this. Please stop. How old is this account? They joined December of last year. Yeah, I could go for that. This thing is in fact a parody account. All right. All right. Go to my observer account. This is an AI image, but heat wave in Paris. Our granddaughter Leia tells me she's suffocating under the roofs in her 9 square meter studio. We would have gladly offered her the apartment at Odeon, but it's rented out all summer, $12,000 a week to some adorable Americans. Back in our day, we just put a wet cloth on our forehead and it worked just fine. She can always head to Park Macu. It's shady and it's free. Let me guess, wherever this park is, it's one of these parks that's like over a drug den and overridden with third world migrants. Somebody else from France. Oh my God, what the fuck? He's got the Azov symbol. Got Algies, Othal, Tier, and what's the upside down Algies mean? What the fuck is that? Man, that is just a ton. I refuse to believe this is a real account. That PFP image looks... He's got like a Slavic sun wheel on it. Like, this is like so retarded. It wasn't even saying. Boomerism is completely summed up in this tweet. They'll take everything until their last breath. For the team taking it literally, thanks. I've noticed it's a parody account. That doesn't change the fact that everything is said in this tweet is true. Is what I'm guessing. Bernard et Chantal. All right, so even the French are getting on the boomer hate. Oh, more another Etta Hengist video. Let's learn about Northern European horses. Hashire Nordic Uma Musume.
Sagas and historical texts such as Hrafnkel, the priest of Freya, and the people of Laxadal include references to horses owned by kings, chieftains, and legendary heroes, suggesting that horses were associated with social power and prestige. Beyond practical use, horses also appeared in ceremonial and ritual contexts associated with status. They were given as gifts for alliances, demonstrate loyalty, or reward service. Horses played roles in festivals and oath-taking ceremonies. Archaeological evidence, including richly adorned horse burials and artistic depictions, indicate their use as markers of wealth and social influence. In daily life, horses were used for transport, warfare, and farming. Their presence in both practical and ceremonial contexts highlights their significance in social status and community life in early Northern Europe. Horses were not only important in daily life and myth, but also appear in language and writing. Echwaz, the Elder Futhark rune for horse, comes from the Proto-Germanic echwaz, later Old English eol, and Old Norse yor. Modern neo-pagan and runic traditions sometimes associate echwaz with partnership, cooperation, and journeying, but historical documents have not found any recorded
Oh, shit.
such symbolic meanings. Horses thus influenced the material culture, language, and social life in early Germanic societies.
These are ponies, but okay.
Horses were central to life in early Northern Europe. They carried people and goods, supported agriculture and warfare, and played important roles in rituals and ceremonies. Beyond their practice,
one of the big rituals she's overlooking is horse sacrifice, which apparently was pretty big in like European society, especially like Edda being more interested in Germanic cultures and stuff. The Norse did practice horse sacrifice really late into their history. What was it? In the Northman, that Alexander Skarsgård film, or what? Who is the director behind The Lighthouse, The Witch, and The Northman? I forget his name. Eggers or something. They have in it a very explicit horse sacrifice scene in that. Which, you know, that was pretty brave. You know, in modern day, especially like, you know, the audiences that this would reach, sacrificing a horse and that brutally like that is probably going to rub people the wrong way. I guess it was nice that they had the villain do it in the story, but, you know, there's nothing like to say that the main character, or what is his name, Amleth, would be against it in being against horse sacrifice in principle. So, you know, something sort of overlooked here.
Practical uses, horses were symbols of wealth, status, and power, appearing in myths, art, and language. From Sleipnir to Echwaz rune, horses appear in both material and literary sources, illustrating their varied roles in Northern European societies. Their importance is visible in archaeological finds.
Oh, brave of you to actually use this bracteate that actually has a swastika in it, because the Norse, not shown as much, but they did like using the swastika and associating with Odin, like their chief deity. This looks like this one's like a mirror image of even a Nazi swastika. So, you know, if you put it on like its side so it looks like a square instead of a diamond, most people will like understand like, oh, that's like an East Asian swastika. But no, this one's off at a 45-degree angle, which looks really close to a Nazi swastika. So credit to her for actually showing that one here instead of like blurring it out.
And linguistic traces, showing how deeply these animals shaped Northern Europe. If you enjoyed this deeper dive into Nordic and West Germanic history and mythology, subscribe for more or check out my series of shorts, What the Fuck?
What the fuck? Oh yeah, she's doing like more of her rune videos. Okay. All right. Oh man, it is top like ad season right now. I can't wait till I get this shit nonstop on YouTube. I don't even have TV right now. Yeah, Talarico is weird. If this guy can like do anything close to Beto O'Rourke, I'll be surprised. And man, does his face just look weird. Ken Paxton ain't a looker himself, but my God, he looks like he's an aged like 50-year-old dude that you can find in Texas. But Talarico just has like some weird proportions to his face. But hey, maybe that's leaning a little bit too much in the spiteful mutant meme. Reducing meat consumption is existential. You know, maybe to a certain extent, but yeah, like Ken Paxton doesn't look good, but you know, he just looks like a slightly overweight, smarmy like Texan that you can find anywhere.
This is not.
Too low T for Texas. All right. Low testosterone Talarico. Yeah, let's go with that. So well, let me go to. Yeah, so a lot of, I guess you could say, the more radical candidates won. Not radical. What was this? John Thune has endorsed Ken Paxton. The Republican voters in Texas spoke last night. Ken Paxton is our nominee heading into November, and we've got to pivot and go all in to make sure that we keep Texas red. God, he is just like old WASP phenotype. It's absolutely disturbing. I forget which Dakota he's from. I think it's from South Dakota or North Dakota. Be absolutely clear about this. Senator from South Dakota. I don't know when this picture came from, but can't be too off. I don't know. This picture doesn't actually show off, but man, he is like a lean, like Angloid physiognomy. Holy shit. Where does his name even come from? South Dakota is the son of Yvonne Patricia Nee Bodine and Harold Richard Thune. Harold Thune was a fighter pilot in the Pacific Theater during World War II, flew the Grumman F-6F Hellcat. He was awarded distinguished. Thune's paternal grandfather, Nicholas Thune, emigrated to the United States from Norway. Wow. I misspoke, but like that North Sea, like Germanic phenotype. Like, holy crap. Did he do military service at all? Apparently not. Received a Master's of Business Administration degree from the University of South Dakota in 1984. Okay. He was born in South Dakota, but got his, went to Biola University, private non-denominational evangelical university in La Mirada, California. All right. All right, well, Thune backed. I know that he expressed some shock that Trump endorsed Paxton, but at least he's playing fair. Like, all right, Paxton won, we're behind. Sorry, I'm just esque. So, all right. I think that Thune gets way too much hate. And I know Scott Greer was saying he's probably handled being Senate Majority Leader worse than McConnell did, but McConnell obviously was not fully aligned with the Trump agenda. All right. The Missouri 7R1D map survives another court case. 4.0, the Missouri Supreme Court, as far as we can tell, that was the last one to have a chance halting it for 2026. Oh, yeah. So we got Beau French running Texas Railroad Commission. So he's probably a shoo-in for this. Unless everyone wants to argue that in a blue wave year, or, just a year where the opposition party gains because, of course, no president can be perfect. So immediately supporters are demoralized and the opposition gets a surge from they have something now to react against, yada, yada. And with Ken Paxton being at the top of the ballot, that somehow this will bring down the rest of the Republican Party. Now, I doubt it's probably a shoo-in for him to win it. And also, I was remembering that I was seeing ads for Jim Wright for Railroad Commissioner on Twitter of all play. On Twitter, it was touting being endorsed by the whatchamacallit, by some chemical association or chemists or chemical association or something along those lines of Texas. But apparently he wanted to do DEI and has even tried to defend it in the Republican primaries. Of course, that probably didn't help him win. But the thing about Texas Railroad Commissioner, he doesn't handle railroads. But apparently, ballot initiatives to change the Texas Railroad Commission have failed multiple times. So despite the office mostly handling oil industry related stuff, it still retains the name Texas Railroad Commissioner. And of course, Mr. Beau French here has been nothing but hammering on like stuff that, I mean, I actually have, let me go get I got a pamphlet from him I ran into like a supporter of his. Yeah, so I'm looking at his pamphlet here. So Beau French, apparently he was able to get Tarrant County to go Republican at one point. I forget where Tarrant County is. I'm thinking that's mostly Fort Worth. In any case, let's see here. Cut red tape and drill, baby, drill. Beau's opponent has increased red tape for Texas energy by 75x, 75 times, threatening the future of our state. Beau will immediately cut the red tape so Texas can get back to work. All right, we'll see if he can actually has the power to do that. NDI at the Railroad Commission. Under Beau's opponent, the Railroad Commission has become a top 10 DEI agency in Texas. Beau will end this on day one. You think like in Texas that would have been like a no-brainer? But I guess not. See here. Stop the Islamic invasion. Beau will ensure radical Islamists stop profiting off of Texas oil. The incumbent has been silent about the Islamic invasion for 6 years. So yeah, he's been hammering on Islamic invasion or Muslim immigration to Texas, which is picking up recently. And there is something to be said that all this, like, you know, attacking, you know, we refuse to let Sharia law be practiced here in Texas, or crying about a Muslim invasion. Like, ultimately, state governments can't control immigration to their territory that much. Wow. I'm getting alerts out the ass right now. And Aaron McIntyre had a good tweet, like saying, like, stop saying that you're opposed to Sharia law when fundamentally what you're against is against Muslim immigration to your country. But at least for right now, I don't think you can explicitly ban people of a certain religion from entering the country. Maybe you could do it by country basis. It wouldn't have to necessarily hit specifically Muslim countries, just the ones where they keep on coming from. Like, how many Indonesian or Malaysian Muslims are showing up to Texas? Or Sri Lankan Muslims? I don't know, maybe a few at this point. Okay, you heard me close that lock. I have to have a fidget toy on my hand. So yeah, he's been hammering on this issue, but I guess in this modern day and age, you have to hammer on issues, culture war issues like this, like Muslim invasion of Texas. I'm like, I wish I could be doing air quote. I wish I could have my model trigger to do air quotes like they're like Islamic invasion quotes. As in, I understand that is a fundamentally silly term. It's just Muslim immigration. But what does that have to do with Railroad Commissioner? So, I don't know how much Muslims are like getting in on the oil boom out here in Texas. All right, whatever. And then Mays Middleton. What was it? Super close, but rather be French than right. It is close. Oh, what's this? Just to give you an idea, in 2018, when Marshall won the Republican primary for Tennessee Senate, she got 9 endorsements from U.S. senators. In 2026, when Paxton won the Republican primary for Texas Senate, he has already gotten 9 endorsements from U.S. senators, and we are less than 5 hours since victory. All right, so Republicans know how to gang up and protect their own now that the die is cast. I'm noticing something looking at this map. Like, here's Dallas, here's Houston, here's Harris County. So it like the two major metro areas seem to be way more interested in Beau French than and all the rural areas seem to be interested in Jim Wright. I don't know what to make of that. Ken Paxton, wow, he really ought to court it. Oh, so he did point out that turnout was lower from the initial primary, so but yeah, that is a real county sweep. But hey, it's those who show up. You know, and God knows how many people like saw the initial like primary results from back in what was it, April or March, and thought, oh yeah, Cornyn won, and didn't understand that there had to be a runoff. That could very well have been the case. Or people are just like, I don't care, I'm not going to vote in another election. So if you are good, you actually win. So it's Senator Cornyn endorsed by leading American Jewish organizations AIPAC and RJC. Like, I don't think Ken Paxton is like anti-Israel anyway, but I guess they see Cornyn as more amenable to their interests. Republican Jewish Coalition. Why would they pick them over Paxton? All right. Take a break for a second because those tickets for the Maid Cafe are about to go live. So still a minute too early. Here. There's only one I'm going to go for, and that'll be like last one of the day. Oh, buy tickets. Last one. Fuck, I need to get my wallet, don't I? I've never been to a maid cafe before. Please excuse me if I break any etiquette. If I break any like standard etiquette at these places. No, I'm just gonna leave that. I have never been to a maid cafe before. All right. Oh, good. They got Apple Pay, so I can just jump to that. Oh. I gotta scan a code with my phone. Yep, got it. All right, well, that went through. Just check my email. Yep, got a confirmation email. I can add the ticket to my Apple Wallet. All right, that was done. So I only did one, and it was for it was the time segment that Uriko was on. So yeah, I have no idea about the actual maids involved in this. So again, I probably could have found Maid Cafe in what's up? Maid Cafe. Let's see here. Fukuoka. Because that would be the nearest city to concafe.com. What the fuck? Maid Cafe. Oh, this is just like a collection of lists off different types of cafes. So yeah, there are plenty that I could have found in Fukuoka, which is like the nearest metro area. It's like, I think Fukuoka is the third largest metro area in Japan after Osaka. So I could have gone here, but you know, depressed little shit me didn't want to go outside his apartment on the weekend. Except to get ramen or karaage. I did travel. I did use my leave block. Yeah, so Cornyn really did badly this time around. So now we'll see if Paxton's lingering corruption issues and his alleged affair with his wife will be enough to give low testosterone and extremely weird Talarico. And I even forget what his first name is. If that will be enough for sink his chances to actually get the Senate seat or actually flip the Senate seat blue. All right. Let's go to like, I don't know. I haven't checked in ISW for a while. Yeah. Oh, let's zoom in a bit. Let's see here. All right, this is 1 hour ago. Senior Iranian officials continue to frame Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz as a strategic necessity and core element of Iranian deterrence against the United States and Israel. Other key takeaways. Iranian officials continue to insist that Iran will reopen the strait to civilian shipping under Iranian arrangements. Any arrangement in which maritime traffic can only pass through Iran's traffic separation scheme with Iranian approval contradicts the U.S. demand for freedom of navigation, and such an arrangement would significantly undermine U.S. interests and establish a dangerous precedent for freedom of navigation in international waterways. Agreed. But is Iran actually going to follow through on that? Conflicting reports about draft U.S.-Iran agreement, as well as public statements from both sides highlighting continued disagreements on other key issues between the United States and Iran. Iran's proposed sequencing of concessions would require the United States to surrender key sources of leverage before negotiations over Iran's nuclear program begin, which significantly reduce U.S. leverage in any future nuclear negotiations. Yeah, but, you know, some concessions right now to grease the wheels on this is kind of necessary at this point. Trump needs to wrap this up. Iranian media outlet Noor News published an op-ed that emphasized the need for Iran to convert its recent military victory into broader political success, which reflects a belief within the regime that Iran emerged from the recent conflict in a position of strength. Iran's maximalist and uncompromising negotiating positions reflect the Iran's regime effort to translate its perceived success in the war into a long-term strategic and political gains. As an Israeli open source intelligence analyst posted satellite imagery that shows Iranian reconstitution efforts of the Yaz military base in Yaz province. I remember fighting for that province while playing as Akoyunlu in EU4 at one point. The start of the U.S.-Iran ceasefire in April 2026. These reconstitution efforts corroborate ISW CTP's assessment that Iran is exploiting the ceasefire period to reconstitute its military capabilities at the tactical and operational levels. I mean, yeah, they're going to rebuild in whatever peacetime they can get. So, you know, again, ISW is founded more from like a, I forget, like neocon perspective. Let me see if I can find. I just see Institute. Yeah, so Michael Tracy calls them a pro-war advocacy organ. It contains no quote from yada yada. Let's see here. In October 2005, Donald Rumsfeld attended a meeting in Lithuania with Defense Minister of Ukraine and vowed U.S. support for Ukraine joining NATO. A wild guess who he was accompanied by, you'll never believe that's right, Victoria Nuland. Oh, yeah, so everyone sees Nuland as sort of like a Clinton or Democrat aligned character. But nope, she was willing to work with the Bush administration for NATO expansion. All in the family. Nuland's husband, arch neoconservative luminary Robert Kagan, is a co-author of political tracts with Anthony Blinken, who may recall as the current Secretary of State. Oh. So I don't know. Bush era neocons were, or I don't know, Clinton era neocon figures were working well with at least those focused on Eastern Europe, like Nuland and her husband, were perfectly able to align themselves with the Bush administration, I guess. All right. Bob's brother Fred is married to Kimberly Kagan, who runs the Institute for the Study of War. Founder and president, General Jack Keane, U.S. Army retired, chairman for the Institute of Study of War. The Honorable Kelly Craft, former U.S. ambassador to UN and Canada. Dr. William Crystal, in relation to Bill Crystal, director of Defending Democracy Together. Lieberman, Mandia, McCarthy, Osler, General David Petraeus, of all people, is in here. All right. And Warren Phillips, lead director. Colonel Willem Roberti, U.S. Army retired, and Hudson LaForce. Institute for Study of War think tank that every media outlet on the planet cites nonstop as a supposedly neutral source of battlefield tactical updates on Ukraine. Yeah. Ukraine is actively challenging the positional character of the war that has dominated the battlefield since 2023. Russian battlefield gains are approaching net zero, while Ukrainian forces are setting conditions potentially to break out of positional warfare by reintroducing limited elements of mechanized maneuver at the tactical level. Limited elements of mechanized maneuver warfare. Why? Do they think that they won't come under Russian artillery bombardment Have they broken down Russian, like, are their drone attacks able to fuck up Russian logistics behind the lines so well that they can make sure that Russian artillery bombardment can't stop them? Ukraine has resecured an overall drone advantage and fielded systems capable of disrupting Russian forces throughout their operational depth in support of planned Ukrainian offensive or defensive ground operations. Neither Russia nor Ukraine is able to conduct operational maneuver yet. However, Ukraine's success is blunting Russian advances and reversing Russian gains in some sectors of the line. In tandem with Ukraine's limited reintroduction of elements of tactical mechanized maneuver may nevertheless mark the beginning of a new phase of the war. I'm not seeing any change until I start seeing some stark change in these maps. I'm going to just say this is all bluster. Combat in Ukraine will likely become less positional and feature more tactical maneuver until Russia's innovation cycle renders Ukraine's current operational concepts ineffective. Operational concepts. I think you mean like their ability to use drone warfare to fuck up their logistics lines in the backfield. But I guess that's way too loquacious instead of operational concepts. Ukraine likely has a unique and time-constrained opportunity to exploit this current initiative while Russian forces remain vulnerable. Fair point. Seizing the moment is a key thing in life, as very much so in military matters. Hey, where the fuck is Bakhmut in this map? Donetsk, Pokrovsk, Orlovkivka. Where the heck was Bakhmut? That was 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, that the whole fight over Bakhmut, and they barely moved. All right. Then there's the Fortress Belt city out. Whatever. I need to focus. Ukraine's partners should expand their support for these Ukrainian efforts at a moment when Russia is reeling from both battlefield setbacks and Ukraine's deep strike campaign with the aim of forcing Russian President Vladimir Putin to reevaluate his approach to the conflict. I'm also hearing other news that, like, losses of Russian forces are so unsustainable at this point that they might have to do another mobilization. Or mobilize harder than they have. Holy shit, this is a 10-tweet thread. Read the full special report. We're calling it the Ukraine war has entered a new phase. Kat Stepanek. And I have authored a new special report studying how Ukraine is actively challenging the positional... Oh my god, he's just restated. Positional character. What is this, like, language that they're using? The change in character of battlefield in Ukraine. The character of the war has been a positional nature since late 2023. What? Fighting over each little piece part position of the front? Is that what you're trying to say? With neither side conducting... how old is this tweet? May 25th. I think this will talk about, like, some more, like, deeper issues. So let me go through it. With neither side capable of conducting operational maneuver, right, being able to massively move, like, large chunkier forces without it, like, getting spammed with drone or artillery strikes, because every bit of the front is like under surveillance at this point. The partially transparent drone-dominated battlefield has forced belligerents to disperse their forces within the kill zone, the expanding area currently within 15 to 25 kilometers of the front line, where the saturation of tactical strike and reconnaissance drones poses an elevated risk to any personnel or equipment operating within. Neither Russia nor Ukraine has been able to mass infantry or heavy equipment within 30 kilometers of the front line necessary to achieve operational breakthroughs. Though Russian forces have attempted occasional abortive battalion, company, and platoon-sized mechanized assaults over the years, to disastrous results. Russian forces' main form of offensive maneuver since 2025 has been infiltration, usually conducted by small groups of 1 to 3 infantrymen who attempt to use cover, concealment, and subterranean infrastructure to infiltrate the kill zone into the tactical rear of the Ukrainian positions. Yeah, so they can't even fight. They have to, like, sneak their way in, and then hopefully enough of them can leak through that then they can take over a position from there. Yo, little nibble by nibble, not even bite by bite at this point. These Russian infiltrators attempt to reach predetermined rally points in Ukrainian positions tactical rear, and consolidate positions from which a Russian force, usually squad sized but sometimes larger, can then attempt a frontal assault against a Ukrainian strongpoint. Thinly manned Ukrainian positions, usually anchored on strong points in prepared field fortification and windbreaks, are thus intermingled with Russian strongpoints as Russian forces bypass Ukrainian positions via infiltration. The result is a pointillist front. What the fuck is that word? First two, pointillism, a painting technique where artists engage in images through thousands of tiny distinct colors. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Braves Leo agent for explaining that to me. I had no idea. I know what that art style is when I look at it. There's that famous like picture of crowds on the bank of a river somewhere that's done in pointillist style. But I like completely didn't know the name of the term of the art style. The result is a pointillist front line in which Russian and Ukrainian positions are intermixed in the kill zone, where both sides' unmanned aerial vehicles hunt each other relentlessly and neither side holds a contiguous front line. The persistent drone threat, coupled with legacy crude weapons, artillery, and prepared defenses in depth, a system that ISW has dubbed the Tactical Reconnaissance Strike Complex, makes operational maneuver extremely difficult. So this is reported on May 25th, but now apparently things may have changed. Ukrainian might have a window where they have some dominance that they might be able to do some large-scale maneuvers. The thrust of what's going on here. There's no single reason why Ukraine has managed to achieve these successes, but rather a combination of mutually supporting factors. Ukraine's operational art has matured. Ukrainian commanders are achieving results by employing more sophisticated design that includes better shaping operations, intensifying Ukraine's immediate range strike campaign to degrade Russian forces at operational depth, and achieving tactical drone supremacy in space in time to support tactical maneuvers. Ukrainian forces further exploited SpaceX blocking of Starlink for Russian users to catalyze battlefield success built on good foundations. But the Russian forces' loss of Starlink was not the monocausal reason why Ukrainian forces now have an edge. All right. Who the heck is this? The Tectonic. Ukraine is winning the drone war. Russia is striking civilians because it's losing the ground war. The thread below. I'm not going to go through your thread. Sorry, buddy. Okay. So, any sign that the Ukrainians are doing well, the Russians are threatening to bar the hell out of Ukraine and telling all foreigners to leave. Like they haven't been indiscriminately bombing the place as it is. Seed. Suppression and destruction of any enemy air defenses. Ukraine has been conducting a coherent campaign to suppress and destroy Russian air defenses since late 2025 in order to shape the battlefield as part of more sophisticated campaign planning. Suppression and destruction of enemy air defenses refer to tasks to destroy or temporarily degrade surface-based enemy air defenses by destructive or disruptive means in order to let friendly aircraft operate safely. In the Ukrainian war context, this includes both manned and unmanned aircraft used for reconnaissance and strikes. Ukrainian troops have always prioritized attacking Russian air defense systems, but notably intensified their strikes primarily with drones against Russian ground-based air defenses and radars in late 2025. Dutch open source project Oryx visually confirmed on January 1st, 2026 that Ukrainian forces destroyed 77 Russian surface-to-air missile systems and 23 radar stations in 2025. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Ukrainian forces struck 55 Russian air defense systems during winter 2025-2026. The Russian Ukrainian Tokny OSINT group reported that Ukrainian forces conducted at least 492 strikes against air defense infrastructure and 433 strikes against anti-access area denial assets between June 2025 and March 2026. ISW has collected visual evidence to assess that Ukrainian forces have conducted no fewer than 107 strikes against Russian ground-based air defense systems in radar since November 2025, of which 89 are geolocated. All right, and if they could get maybe some like small sliver of air superiority somewhere, that might be enough for them to like make some strategic maneuver. They're concentrating it here. I know there's like, you know, if they can, again, back during like 2024, 2023, the big hope was that Ukrainians could push some way this way. And then even if they can't like make it all the way to Melitopol, but they can get somewhere close, they can put in get their artillery close enough that they can basically cut off the main roadway that enters into here, and maybe even launch more strikes to take cut off the bridge here to Crimea. And then they can logistically snuff out this entire area of Ukraine and Zaporizhia, and then move in and take it. That's the big hope. That was the big hope back during when they were trying to do their offensive. So if they can gain some air superiority and use this advantage, maybe they can have a key moment where they turn the tide of battle. Maybe. That's a lot of ifs. All right. Ukraine has significantly intensified its immediate range strike campaign against dynamic targets in spring 2026 in order to degrade Russian logistics at operational depths ahead of a planned Ukrainian maneuver. So we'll see if this goes through. You know, I think there were some complaints back during when 2023 or 2024 or 2025 when they were trying to do, or 2024. I don't think by 2025 they were trying to do major assaults anymore. I think there was like some complaints that people in the Pentagon and the Biden administration were directing the Ukrainians like how to do the war, and we were so like out of it and didn't understand the current nature of the battlefield with drones and such that it turned into a disaster. And the Ukrainians had their own ideas of how they wanted to do it, but because they had to, you know, maintain favorability with Washington, they went through with their ideas and didn't go well, and they barely were able to penetrate anywhere. So now maybe with like, you know, Trump being hands off on things, maybe the Ukrainians can try under their own experiences and not be reliant on having to follow Washington's marching orders, Washington D.C.'s marching orders. All right, so this is from yesterday. Ukrainian forces started actively disrupting Russian railway logistics in occupied Ukraine and Russian western regions in spring 2026. Geolocated footage published in March and April 2026 showed guided Ukrainian combat drones damaging or striking at least 10 freight trains and rail fuel. All right. Tactical drone supremacy. Ukrainian forces are achieving temporary tactical drone overmatch in some frontline sectors, which is slowing Russian offensive operations by degrading the effectiveness of Russian shaping operations. Tactical drone overmatch is also likely... All right, let me finish this. Is also likely enabling Ukrainian forces to pursue more strikes against Russian targets. Ukrainian USF battlefield strike data from September 1st to 2025 to May 23rd, 2026 suggests that Ukrainian total unique hits on Russian targets have steadily increased, even reaching over 2,000 strikes each day on May 13th, May 15th, and 16th. Ukrainian forces likely achieved tactical drone overmatch in certain frontline sectors after degrading Russia's drone capabilities in late 2025 and early 2026, primarily by suppressing drone launch positions and increasing intercepting Russian tactical UAVs. Ukrainian forces began to target Russian drone operators and UAV launches and control points in the immediate rear since late 2025. ISW observed dozens of geolocated videos in Ukrainian reports showing Ukrainian forces targeting Russian drone launch positions and store facilities through 2026 and across the entire theater. All right, if there's a moment to seize, now would be it. Let me just check OSINT Defender, see if anything happened. The Trump administration is quietly instructing federal prosecutors in Miami to avoid pursuing criminal investigations into Venezuela's acting President Delcy Rodriguez, a longtime target of U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, alongside former President Nicolas Maduro, who was captured during an operation in early January, according to an exclusive report by the Associated Press. Well, we're trying to work with her. We're trying to, like, make, you know, Venezuela our bitch to her. Not surprising that we're, like, you know, not trying to be hostile towards her. So, you know, this is some realpolitik here. So I'm okay with this. We want her to be our figurehead in Venezuela. All right, lay off prosecutions. Maybe we can get her to fess up to some stuff. If she'll, you know, maybe we can close this out by having her fess up to some stuff, with a no jail time deal, confess to whatever her crimes were, but rat out a bunch of other people below her, and then, you know, close the case from there. All right. Let's see here. Senior U.S. official tells Axios Iran fired a total of 4 one-way attack drones earlier today at an American commercial ship, with U.S. forces responding by downing the drones and attacked another Iranian drone launching unit on the ground in southern Iran. So Iran seems to want to break the ceasefire. I gotta imagine there's lots of these little cells of Iranian units, IRGC units, that have their drones and stuff, and you know, are looking out. And, you know, maybe they're radicalized and they don't want the ceasefire to go through, so they're trying to suppress it themselves. And maybe, like, even if, like, the top IRGC people are ahead of, oh god, somebody's playing Hearts of Iron 4, whatever. Even if somebody, even if the top of the IRGC is, like, on board with finally doing the deal, they may have more radical elements at the lower echelons that don't want the deal to go through, or haven't gotten the message yet because their command and control has been so, like, obliterated. So who knows? U.S. forces carried out new round of strikes against southern Iran. A Syrian official tells Reuters targeting a military site near Bandar Abbas that posed threat to American troops and commercial traffic in the Strait of Hormuz, while also downing a number of drones launched from Iran. So the follow-up story is that the strikes in Iran were a response to where these drones were launched from. So, tit for tat. Speaking at today's cabinet meeting, the White House President Trump threatened to blow up Oman, a close ally and longtime ally of the United States in the Middle East, if they do not behave regarding the Strait of Hormuz.
Oman will behave just no. The strait's going to be open to everybody. It's international waters. Nobody's going to control it. We're going to watch over it. We'll watch over it, but nobody's going to control it. That's part of the negotiation that we have. They would like to control it. Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that. They'll be fine.
Well, they'll be blown up. All right. In case you believe he misspoke and was actually talking about Iran, he wasn't. The U.S. State Department has since posted a video and direct quote of Trump threat earlier against Oman. So Rubio knows not to counter his own boss here, so, you know, just echo his own rhetoric. 8 vessels that visibly transited the Strait of Hormuz over the last 24 hours. So, it's the Iranian separation, through the Iranian traffic separation scheme. So let's see here. Barsh PSL Eagle. What flag is this? I know that's Malta. Let's see here. Comoros. Where the fuck is Comoros? Is an archipelagic country made up of the islands of southeastern Africa located in this northern end of Mozambique Channel in the Indian Ocean. Its capital and largest city is Moroni. The religion, yada, yada, yada. Comoros proclaimed independence from France on July 6, 1975. The Comoros is the only country of the Arab League, which is entirely in the southern hemisphere. Oh, so what is this, like some islands that were colonized by Arabs? Wow. I didn't even know they were in the Arab League. Interesting. Wow, okay, so that's Comoros. And what is this? This looks like Belarus. Flag of Madagascar. forget. Is Madagascar technically within is an island country in the Indian Ocean that includes the island of Madagascar and numerous smaller superficial islands lying off the coast of yada yada. International Organization de la Francophone. Least developed country. Man, I always can't tell whether or not Madagascar is actually like French territory or not. Malagasy protest coup d'etat. Oh, wow. So they experienced a coup d'etat. Third Republic, socialist state, referendum. Declaration of Independence. All right, so they're an independent country. I swear to God, I thought they weren't, but whatever. Maybe there's some minor outlying islands that the French were able to keep control over. All right, so 2 Comoros flags, which is an Arabic country. What was it? Madagascar and Malta transited through the Iranian traffic separation scheme. And then, which one is this? Al-Hamad. The flag of Oman. So Oman and 3 Indian ships went through the Project Freedom route, hugging the Omani coast. There's literally a ship named Yuri out there. Now, is that referring to the standard, the stereotypical Russian name, or is that referring to Japanese lesbianism? I just like casually to put some chapstick on while I said that, while I landed that stupid ass joke. All right. Okay. Flash report have anything to report? What is this? Israeli soldier Staff Sergeant Rotem Yanai was killed today in northern Israel. What is this photo? I doubt this person would have been doing frontline combat, but who knows? Yeah, this one's got a lot of comments. Legend has it that it took 6 million barrel bombs to bring down this wow, goddamn, Jesus. All right. Israel bombed Gaza in a apparent assassination attempt. Oh, there's a Druze flag in the background. Man, motherfuckers, you couldn't iron these flags to make them look decent. Pam Bondi is now suffering from thyroid cancer, although that's one of the more treatable cancers out there. Man, this picture's not doing good for her looks, but whatever. But she also is expected to testify about the Epstein controversy. To what? To Congress? All right. All right. That's enough. All right. Slow news day. I talked mostly about Ukraine and possibly them being able to pull off an offensive. Now, if they can seize the moment, until I start seeing major changes in the colors on the map, nothing's happening. So, all this like highfalutin language until like it's new territories changing hands, it's not gonna amount to much. So, we shall see what happens. All right, close this down. Turn off Brave. I got water. Let me just spin up the game. So let me writing my script for an announcement tweet. All right, I'm live. All right, hopefully the game hasn't broken since I last tried it. In capture any full screen application. Wait. Twitch. Change the tag category on Twitch. And I'm just doing this until I can get a proper thumbnail for playing through Resident Evil 4, because I need to actually get around to that. That's, you know, very storied game. My broad ass shoulders. Probably should wisen up a little bit and sink my head. Yeah, that's better. Open, goddamn you. All right, I got the splash page to activate. When I got payday, nearly $2,000, and that's after like all the stuff that I put away, or all the other allotments. All right, moment of truth. Logging in and it didn't immediately crash. I'm just looking through some emails. Oh, and the short I made apparently got done. Probably need to buy a hotel for FaceCon. Alright, enough looking through my emails. Let's actually get to the game. Continue offline, because I have no friends. Yes, assassination is an eye for an eye request. So those were the kind of quests I was looking to burn through today. Paul DePleur Harmon's previous employer was an American intelligence agency. Which one? The NSA, the CIA, the FBI? Oh, what the heck? Here, okay, so I burned this drug place down. Rock. There's a chest. I don't even know what to do around here anymore. So, man, there's a lot of story missions out and about. Where did you come from? It just climbs up outside the roads and, bruh, what are you doing? Yes, you can't get in here, dumbass. Like some AI that it's like on his devastated path and, oh, I guess he's gone now. Yeah, there's no red out here. The only thing that left is DePleur's compound and maybe this thing. So, Golden Path supplies. Maybe I could fly over here at this point. How do I, there we go. There, oh wait. I get to the glider and then go there. So, there actually, there is a shirt. Nah, I'm just gonna go with what I got. So, let's get to this glider and then fly over to, looks like I can grapple my way up and then fly over to that, supply drop mission. Yes. Alright, I'm not moving around to get inside there. People are engaged in a firefight. Trying to get up there, god damn it. Man, the women are always sound way more bloodthirsty than the men in this fucking... God damn, woman, calm down. We're good. And god damn, you are in your advancing years, ma'am.
I don't know what would have happened. Can't believe I'm still here.
God, it was one guy hiding behind a rock. Calm down. They got a tourniquet and $900 to his name.
So good to see you.
All right, let's see if I can make it across here. I think I can. A lot of snow over there. Man, this must be like, I'm just realizing that like there's a giant snow covered mountains everywhere, so we must be in like some like the one inhabited valley in the entire area. Now let's try and line up with the road, use that as a graceful landing. Very good. Is there a chest around here that I completely ignored? Ammo. What's this? City of Pain. Satish. Even you're doing fantastic work here, buddy. Really stellar results. As you know, I'm going to be leaving Kirat for a few weeks, and as always, I'll be throwing to get together in the city of Pain for a few days for a few of my top guys. The good news is, you're in. I'll follow up with the details soon. Keep up the good work, and you'll really living up to the corporal promotion. Sometimes you make the right decision. Sometimes you make the decision right. Paul Deplore. More ammo. Oh, it's a fucking eagle. That's what is causing the problem. I can't get up anywhere. Alright, fuck this chest. I don't care what's in it. Probably barely measly goods of any sort anyway. Auto syringe crafted. Very good.
Anyone that come in, please. Come in, please. Ajay, it's Gopal. I'm sending you the coordinates for the new drop sites. Grab the packages before the governor's men reach them.
The governor's men?
Paul Harmon on Noor. Whoever is in charge of that region, I'm talking about their forces.
Over and out.
Over and out. Who's the voice actor for this anyway? I don't need anything from you. I'm good. Alright. Conveniently, there was a whirlybird right next to me. I swear I thought I heard heard a helicopter somewhere. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Let the tiger do the work. Oh, and the tiger killed me. Motherfucker. Did I have a I don't think I have a shotgun on me for this one. Motherfucker, I gotta fly all the way over there again. And I had healing stems. I could have survived, but I chose not to. Let's see if I can, like, get them from a vantage point over to the other side. I can also throw meat to distract the thing. Can't spin this wheel? They killed the tiger. Now I kill them. That was some spec op shit right there. One shot, one kill all the way through. Are there hostages here? What about hearing some woman fucking screaming? I guess that was her, unfortunately.
I got the first one.
Good. Keep going.
Oh, might as well skin the... Alright, let's go get the whirly bird. You're free now, ma'am. I killed them all. Or killed what was left. Alright. I guess I could have glided down, but might have the ability to go up as well as down. You didn't see a thing. Gotcha. Where's this motherfucker? Oh, shit. That didn't work. Pff, I blew myself up. I thought I had the knife selected. God damn it. Oh, wait. Ah, I lost the whirly bird. Because I had a checkpoint reset. Whatever. Where's the glider? Let me clear up the chests first because I'm a greedy bastard. Or an annoying completionist bastard. My dude, you don't need to go that hard. May he rest in epicness in that most epic of poses. Could also use my wingsuit, but do I even gain any measurable amount of speed going like that, dipping down like that? Headshot.
What do we do now?
Die. Oh, I thought I missed that, but whatever.
God. I will show. Quick, quick!
Oh, that was right to the crotch. Fuck you. Where's this chest? There it is. Fuck you. I got 2 knives. Let me see if I can recover them. Walk over their bodies or something. Nope. Oh well. Where's the goodie bag? Where's the drugs? We all know that's what they are.
I have the last one.
Where do I have to take them?
Wonderful. Please deliver them to this location.
Take their freaking truck. Yeah, it's upland. Take the truck. Because what else? Yoink. Oh my god, in the let's see here. All right, back to GTA controls. Wait, how am I getting up here? Oh, I'm such a zoomer. I need GPS to get anywhere. Not like I do this on my regular day anyways. No, fuck you. We're not doing this. Come chase after me, I dare you. What do you mean leaving mission zone? Oh. Slide. Slide. Alright, so the GPS led me astray. Got it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Here's the packages.
Thank you.
I can't even see your eyes.
I can let Amita or Sabal know.
No, you don't. They're running coded messages on the chain. I can't risk the messages getting intercepted. Thanks.
He is definitely doing drugs on the side here. Let's be clear about that. He is pushing drugs. All right. Okay. Oh, I can do a skill. Let's see here. Body armor is much more effective at absorbing damage. Okay. I can't believe I just went for that one on impulse instead of weighing my options or whatever. Oh my god. That elephant just destroyed all those guys? I saw 3 red blips and they're all gone. Oh, hello. Yeah, they're like all dead. Damn. Alright, what do I do next? Outpost Master. No, I've already done that. There's an assassination mission. What's this? Pirat Fashion Week. Hunt and skin unique, dangerous animals and move. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Let me readjust my what do you call it? Buy and customize. I got some money when I get it while I can. Guns for Hire Rebel upgrade number 2. This item, let's see here. Your Guns for Hire tokens will now call in a stronger and more well-armed Rebel. The Golden Path, thank you for your donation. Guns for Hire Rebel. This item is locked until you reach Karma level 4. Guns for Hire token upgrade number 1. I barely use these things, but lay up on that while I can. Got the Thumper. I have. Give me back my shotgun. Oh wait, I have it? I have oh no, wait. Yeah. What do I have to do to get this one? 3 more bell towers. I'll hold off for that one and get it for free. But I can't customize this thing in the slightest. Motherfucker. Alright. Get RPG 7. Find this on the weapon of an enemy to get it for free or buy it now. Okay. What is this? Nitro. 7 more bell towers. Complete more campaign missions to unlock this weapon. What's this? Need 4 more Longinus quests for that one. Alright. PKM. I don't want a PKM. Signatures. There's a Stormer. Don't want that one. Wait, there's this thing. What do I... for this? No, don't buy it just yet. I guess I can only buy it for money. There's the Shredder, so that's the Chris Vector. What the heck is this Bushman thing?